Hello, this is Paul. And primary thing we're talking about in this segment is going to be about the recycle bin. Now, the recycle bin is a place of where deleted files from basically your C drive will be stored in as a two-step process when you go to delete a file. That is that there is two steps. The first thing you want to do when you delete a file is to delete it from whatever directory it is coming from by various means. And in other segments we have shown you how to delete a file. And then it goes to the recycle bin. When it goes to the recycle bin, it is still on the computer. Now, you might look at the recycle bin as a safe haven, that when you make a mistake and throw something out that you really didn't want to do, it is able to be recovered. We're going to cover that in this segment. So the recycle bin, when things are deleted from there, then the files are permanently removed from your computer. However, these files are still stored on your computer as unusable data. The only time that these files are really removed from your computer is when your hard drive will become completely full and will need to use an area where there is deleted files. It will reuse it, and that is only when a file becomes removed from the hard drive. The only other way to remove files permanently from your hard drive and they not be seen, you can reformat your drive and reinstall Windows and start all over on your computer. I had a friend who did that every 6 months. And so it's something that some people has been doing as a matter of practice. One thing is that if you look on the TV shows and the police will go and raid a place, there might be a computer. Well, they always go for the hard drive, and because that there is this principle applied that when you can download a free program to look at everything that is on the hard drive, whether if it's usable or not, these files can be seen. However, it does take a person with a good computer savvy, so to speak, to be able to read these files and understand what it's all about. So let's talk about the recycle bin and how it is able to be used on a regular basis. Remember, I said the recycle bin is a safe haven that as a file is deleted from your computer, it can be recycled back to a usable form by going back to the original directory that it came from. The recycle bin can be accessed several different ways, and most common way to access it is by the desktop. It looks like a trash can, and I like to look at this on Windows 7 that it looks like a plastic cup that you get for cold beverages, and it's supposed to be a trash can. When there is files stored in it, it will become cluttered and full of trash, even if there is only one file in there that is has something in this. Basically, this is only going to work when deleting files from your C drive or whatever drive it is that is your main hard drive. Your primary drive is normally drive C. If you delete something from other directories, it will not make use of this recycle bin. However, with Windows 7, there is something I'm going to be showing you later on, and I'm going to have to double check, and I'll be able to update this file as we proceed. Now, the next thing I want you to realize is that once files are deleted from the primary drive, the recycle bin must be emptied. and we're going to be covering that in this segment. In other words, it is a two-step process. When you delete a file, it goes to the recycle bin, you go to the recycle bin, and it is no longer usable on your computer. With that in mind, we're going to move to another way to access the recycle bin, and that is to go to the computer function through the start menu. And when you do, you're going to click on the top where it says favorites, and underneath the subheading is desktop. And as the desktop is listing all of the items that are on the desktop, you'll see that the recycle bin is also listed. So that's another way of getting into the recycle bin. Once we're in the recycle bin, across the top you'll see the heading recycle bin. What is very similar to when you go on the web is the address bar. So we know exactly where we're located when we look at the top of this page or window. With this in mind, we have a button here where we're able to restore all items, and that is everything in this directory can be sent back to the original position that they came from. They cannot be used from the recycle bin. Please remember that. And then there is another button here that you will empty the recycle bin, and this covers all items that are in there. However, you don't have to do this every time that you want to empty this thing, but we're going to be covering that in a bit, how we can use the right button to do this as well. And once we go into this, we use the right button on the icon of the recycle bin. Take notice this recycle bin now shows that it has got files in it, and the second item down will tell you that you can empty the recycle bin, and everything without any questions will be removed. However, you should get a confirmation of that being taken place. Now, once this is activated, you're also going to be aware that about 5% of your hard drive is being used for this purpose. 5% of your hard drive, whatever the size may be, is going to be used for this purpose. However, you can increase it or decrease it. Remember that 5%, if the files fill up that area of your disk and it's no longer able to hold any more files, the files that you are currently deleting is going to not be stored there and are not going to be able to be recovered. So it's important to review what's in your recycle bin and be able to restore anything if you find necessary, or be able to delete them. You can delete files individually or the whole thing at one time. Now, different than what was in XP, let's take a look at what this properties menu has. And whereas it was only designated for drive C, we now see all of the drives that are on your computer. This is different for every machine, and you can see where I have an external hard drive connected to my computer. And this is an external removable drive, and it's not going to be able to make use of the recycle bin. This is also showing that if you have a network drive, you might be able to use that as well. However, no network drives are listed here. An external hard drive is, and also a recovery section is also there as well. I imagine the recovery section of the disk is protected, that if you go in there and delete something by accident, it can also be restored. Now, different from what used to be in XP, you used to have a slide bar to adjust the percentage of how many bytes are going to be used for the recycle bin. However, in Windows 7, we are putting in numerical values. So you can increase the size of it or decrease it. In the case that I have here, I have a full terabyte of hard drive, and I can make it smaller than the 5% and still have plenty of room for the recycle bin to be functional. Now the next part down, don't move files to the recycle bin, can be checked, and the radio button there will deselect the former one and not use the recycle bin at all. At that point, you'll have full use of the hard drive for whatever files you're working on your computer. So also on the bottom here is a safe haven, that when you go to delete a file from your computer, you'll be able to say, it'll come up with a window, are you sure? And maybe it's kind of a dumb question, and at times it might even be aggravating, but it's a safe haven. It's a time that when you can back out and keep the file that you mistakenly chosen to delete. So after you go in and make these settings, of course you're going to use the OK button. It'll save the settings that you made and be able to close the window, and then you're back in operation with your computer. Do not use the red X at the top, because that red X will not save your settings. What you can do, if you do not want to save these new settings, you can use the cancel button that is right next to it. But the OK button will also close the window after saving these new settings. Well, this is about the recycle bin. I hope you got something out of this. It is a little bit different than what was before with Windows XP or earlier versions. And I hope you are going to make the best use of the recycle bin. Be sure to double check and be sure of the files that you permanently delete, because once they are deleted, they are gone forever. This is Paul Jones. I am at the First Church of the Brethren, where we have classes where people are able to earn a free computer, and in this process we also offer a certificate after going through 12 classes, but now we also have a test that shows your competency and be able to give you a diploma which says that you have not only attended the classes but you have learned what was expected of you. So this is Paul Jones in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. And I hope to hear from you. If you have any questions about this, be sure to send me a response through the menus that we have provided here, and I'll be able to answer any questions you might have. And thank you very much. See you next time.